Hi, I'm Scott Wakefield, Lead Pastor First Christian Church of beautiful East Tennessee, Greene County. And today I'm with likewise beautiful Dagny Wakefield, and we're gonna have a Coffee Convo. Thank you for actually coming along on that. Coffee Convos is an opportunity to tell the story of God's work in the lives of God's people. And we're going to hear from Dagny tonight and have a good convo over some good coffee. So, Dagny.
Yes.
Where are you from? And how did you become who you are today?
Well, so I was born in Kansas City, but I spent most of my...
Wait, you were born where? I'm just kidding. I knew that. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was born in Kansas City, but I did most of my growing up in West Michigan, and then went to school in Chicago and met Scott.
Yes, in case you have not yet put this together, we are married.
It's true.
It will likely become fairly clear.
Yes.
Give us some more history of how you got to how we were married and how we got together and who you are today, pre-adult, pre-work, pre-marriage, pre-kids.
Too much.
Okay, give us anything.
And you can bounce off since you know some of that.
I do know some.
Yes. So, there's too many things to remember. But
you're from Kansas City.
Yep. Grew up in West Michigan. Went to school at Wheaton. Met you my freshman year.
What is Wheaton?
Wheaton's a Christian school west of Chicago.
Yes. Billy Graham went there.
And Ruth.
And Ruth Bell Graham. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Thought I wanted to do medicine. And then decided I wanted to do something different. So studied sociology and went on and got a master's in social work.
Where did you go for graduate school?
I spent a year at University of Illinois at Chicago and a year at University of Chicago.
Okay.
And I have worked, I guess I could tell you that. I've worked in a number of different places before I came here and to Tennessee in 2002 or something. Mm-hmm. We lived in Johnson City for a year and worked at youth villages, came here and worked at Holston Home, and I've been working the last 15 years or so at the Nice-Walker Children's Hospital.
Yep. Any hobbies or sports or interesting things about you that people likely don't know about you?
No, I'm just kidding.
There is not an interesting thing to say.
Not one tidbit.
How many people were in your family?
That's a complicated question.
Yes. That is why I asked it.
Let's see. So I had a twin brother who died in high school. I have an older half brother who lives in Iowa, and I have a younger half brother who lives in Nashville.
Okay.
So.
And you are a soccer player?
Not anymore.
Once a soccer player, always a soccer player.
And a cheerleader.
Come along.
And I played soccer in high school and in
Yes.
college. Yep.
That is how we met.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Played lacrosse too. That was fun. I mean, I was never very good, but I had no fear. That helped.
So, how exactly did we meet? Tell that story a smidge.
You don't want to tell that story?
I want you to start and all. I mean, we're here to hear your perspective. We're not here to hear from me. I'm here to ask the questions, and you're here to give us good, interesting answers.
Well, let's see. I think the Lord did put us together. I didn't date much in high school, and
would you say I was the first real boyfriend you had?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. I was serious in high school.
Why is that?
Because my brother was dying, and so I didn't do a lot of dating or anything like that.
Unpack the dying part a little bit for us. What does that mean? You've alluded to it twice now, but...
My brother had cystic fibrosis, that part of it. My twin had cystic fibrosis. He died in high school, our senior year.
Yep. And you were 17.
Yes.
November of your senior year of high school.
Yes.
Okay. And you and I met the next August, technically.
Yep. So I think I knew that I wanted to get married, and I knew that I wanted to meet someone who was serious about their faith. So I sort of was an investigator. I think that's how I felt when I went to school and talked to people.
Looking back, I can sense that was true.
Yeah.
In your approach.
Yes.
Even freshman year at school.
Yes. And I would say you were one of the few that took your faith very seriously. And that was super attractive to me. I mean,
super attractive.
You also were hot.
Come on, right here we go.
But anyway, I do think that was the Lord's provision. And also probably that you were a senior and I was a freshman, and then you moved away. And
Scandal.
We had time to be dating while separated. And so I could grow up a little bit, and you could do ministry stuff. And then we got married my senior year.
Yes. Soccer brought us together.
So that was the only thing.
In effect.
Nothing in common.
So back to the question. How did we meet? We met.
Yeah, you want to
I was a senior. You were a freshman. And the men's and women's soccer teams were taking some trips together. And I was in spend time with underclassmen mode to help set the tone early on in the season.
Sure.
I don't mean with the girls' team.
Right.
I meant with the guys' team. And you were hanging out with those guys, and that's how we started to notice one another,
Sure.
especially on the trip to San Antonio. And so I had already noticed you. Let's just call it that. I noticed you.
It's my skills on the field.
Oh, for sure. What it was, I was like, man.
Okay.
She's got a really good right foot. That wasn't what I had noticed so much. Anyway, we were at dinner, and it was almost nothing but freshmen and a few upperclassmen. I was one of them. And I made sure I sat down toward the end of the table where you were. There were like 20 of us at a long table. If you've ever been to San Antonio, Riverwalk, wonderful, lovely, beautiful, romantic place. It was an Italian place down the left on the end. I'm sure it doesn't exist now, but we should go back and try to find out.
That'd be fun.
Would be fun. So that's how we began to meet. And to wrap up the long story short, we get back from that trip on a Sunday, I think.
That is obscure that you know that.
And the next day, you had written a note that showed up in my box. And she had typewritten the note. Typewritten.
Microsoft Worded it.
Microsoft Worded it. And it was typewritten and said, "Oh, so good to meet you and get to know you." And there was this little...
I wrote that to all the guys. Just kidding.
So anyway, I thought it was to me.
I'm just kidding.
It did say "dear," and then it had like a
different
one of
font.
those field where it says first name, dear first name. I mean Scott. And it said something about "good to meet you," yada yada yada. Typewritten, printed out, and then it was handwritten on the bottom. It said, "P.S. Hope to see you again sometime soon." Smiley face. So then I knew I had to go ahead, and I think that week we went out for ice cream / studying. Yeah, at a little place that I don't think is there now, downtown Wheaton. So tell us about your kids.
Ooh, okay. I have 3 kids. Sophie is 18. She just graduated Greenville High School. Is on her way to Wheaton College in the fall. Mm-hmm. And by fall, I mean August.
We'll be accepting help with that.
That's right. See the subscribe link above or whatever.
Subscribe to our checking account.
Yep, so that's Sophia, and she's interested in maybe something in the humanities, but not totally sure, and hopefully in the chorale, singing in the chorale.
She likes to sing.
She does.
Mm-hmm.
Alden is 15.
She is a Wakefield, so she likes to sing.
Yes, Alden is 15, going to be a sophomore at Greenville High School, plays soccer, loves math.
And tell us about your 7-year-old.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I was trying to think of anything else fun to tell you about all of them, but and then,
I didn't think you had forgotten about the third one.
No, yeah. Emery is 7. She'll be a second grader at Tusculum View. She loves popsicles and soccer and playing with her brother and sister.
And watching videos of kids performing.
Or opening presents.
Or opening things.
I don't get it.
That's a thing on YouTube. All the kids are watching unboxing and toy videos. And she also likes to watch like girly fashion kind of videos. Yeah. She said something the other day like, I want to be a fashion model or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Sophie and Alden were there for that. You are a medical social worker at the PEDS floor at Niswonger Children's Hospital in Johnson City. You have You've lived there how long? You've worked there how long?
15, almost 16 years.
Tell us a little bit about what you do there and your work there.
Okay. Well, I think it feels self-explanatory, but maybe not if you've not needed a social worker in a hospital, so maybe not. Mostly, I solve little problems every day and just connect people with things that they need. So if that's insurance, or if that's transportation, or if that's IV antibiotics, or I'm also the liaison between the legal department and the medical people and like children's services and making abuse reports. You're the liaison between potentially 7 or 8 different interests. Yeah, it's a good fit for me.
Why do you think that?
One, because it has good hours. I mean, it's business hours as opposed to a lot of social work jobs, which are in the evening. Okay. And I prefer to be home in the evening with our kids. So that was a good fit. It's, I think, another good fit just because it's in a children's hospital. And I think I realized that after I got hired, but just spending time with my brother in children's hospitals, I thought naturally I just wanted to do medicine. But I think this is a better fit for me. Being sort of the helper bee instead of the boss bee.
Okay.
Yeah. I love it, actually. So.
You've been doing that how long?
I got my master's in 2001.
Yep.
19 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've just been given an elephant. You can't give it away. You can't sell it. You must keep it. What do you do with it? What do you do with your gifted elephant?
I actually knew you were going to ask me this question, and I told Alden, somebody, maybe it was Alden, I don't know. I was just going to ride it to work. It would just take me 3 weeks. Down to Lemony.
That's good. So pretty much all one part of the day is a commute to the rest of it is from. So you'll be sleeping on it, really. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you'll live half your life on the elephant, to and fro.
Thank you for the gift.
That's good. All right. Yeah. Where do you serve? In church, in life, in the community? Where do you serve, and what has serving taught you?
Let's see. I currently help with Kidsmen at Afton.
You are the Kidsmen coach?
Yep. Which just means I'm a helper to Ben J. Mann, the director. So just a helper bee for setup and supporting the teachers. I have taught 4th and 5th grade, which was great.
Yeah, you did that for a number of years.
Yeah. And I think as maybe our youngest grows up, I might graduate into youth men. Maybe I'll follow her up. We'll see.
What's it taught you?
Serving in kids ministry or just serving in general?
Yep.
Well, I think serving is a gift. It's just like being a parent, sort of. It helps you realize it's not about you, that your time's not about you, church isn't about you. It's fun. I mean, it gives you a purpose. I think it is wonderful that our whole culture at First Christian is about worshiping and serving.
You mean serving on the team?
Yeah.
That's good.
That you can plug in somewhere, that you are needed, that you do have skills. So I think it has helped me not be a consumer or, just the pastor's wife or something like that, but just be a place that I can help someone who's got something that they need. So
Yeah.
I think that's what it's taught me. Yeah.
Good.
And that we have a job. Once you know.
What do you mean we have a job?
Yeah. Once we know the Lord, once we have hope, then we got a job to give it away.
We as believers.
Yep. Parents.
Once we have Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got what we need.
Yeah.
It's good.
I think that's. I didn't think I talked about suffering, but I think that's something about like when my brother died, and when you know someone who's died and you think about eternity and you know someone who's in eternity, it helps you reframe time and purpose. And who knows if I have one more Sunday left in me or a million, but I don't want to sit and complain about the air conditioning. I want to spend time helping those in charge talk about Jesus. So
I could tell early on you were on a mission to I'm gonna wait for that motorcycle to pass by. You were on a mission to very clearly contribute to the kingdom, and you had a very clear sense of, I'm looking for someone who's also with me in that.
Yeah.
I think that was part of what attracted me to you for sure. And this conversation has turned into the next question, has segued into the next question, which is a challenge in life that you've had to overcome. What's a challenge in life you've had to overcome? And how's it made you stronger? What did you learn?
We all have challenges. I would say, is it weird to say being married to you? Okay. So I think being married to Scott is probably a challenge. It's a total blessing. But
that was not unexpected. The answer I was thinking.
Talk about the thorn in my side.
You'd go with?
Yeah, no, I do think so, though. I think being part of ministry teaches you that you think it's about you, but it's not, just like the rest of life. And I think it's like trying to explain parenting. You give everything up and you've lost everything, but it's worth it and you wouldn't go back. I think being married and our life being about ministry is sacrifice all the time, but what's the alternative? Spending more time in our lawn or something. So we wouldn't want to do anything different. So I think that's probably the biggest challenge, is that ministry's not easy. Living with some of the challenges that adoption has brought is not easy. And just life in general with sin, marriage is not easy, but it's an opportunity to rely on God. That's probably why He gives it to us.
Marriage, family are contexts within which God shapes us for His purposes. It's very clearly something that He says about marriage in Ephesians 5. How has the challenge of being married to me, as you phrased it early on, how has that made you stronger?
So strong.
You're so difficult. It's made me so strong. Somehow
I don't know.
I'm not sure who we were channeling right there.
I don't know that it's made me stronger. I think it's made me more reliant on community, friendships, my own relationship with God. I think we talked about this in our re-engaged testimony, that part of what I had to learn early on in marriage was that my relationship with God is separate from your relationship with God, and that I'll be in front of him someday without you. And so I've had to develop my own love for the word and what that's meant for me. And so, yeah. Did that answer the question? How's it made you stronger? Can I answer that? I've lost what I've said. There you
go. So what's the hardest thing about being married to a pastor, or some of the challenges that are unique to being in a ministry family?
Well, first, let's talk about what's good about it. How about that?
Sounds good. That was my follow-up.
Yeah, no, I think there are a lot of wonderful things about it.
Like what? Enumerate them for us, please. I mean,
community. We know we're loved. We have Christ in common with all of our relationships at church. We have a mission. It's not just fun, but to make Jesus known. So I think that's good. Challenge. I think our failures, like as in parenting or marriage, are more public. I think that's challenge. Yeah, so just our lives are a little bit more public, and I think that's hard. But I'm up for it, man. How about you? What do you think? What is the most challenging? Ooh, I'm going to flip the script. What's the most challenging thing about being married to me?
That you flipped the script. What are you excited or encouraged about in life and in your life and our family?
Well, we're excited for Sophie leaving for school. We hope that it's still on, and even if she has to wear a mask.
Oh, it's on. She's going.
It's right. We're dropping her off.
Yes.
So that's
just kidding, Sophie. I'm just kidding.
Scary, but we're super excited about that. Giving her a chance to take a step into adulthood, and
yeah.
What was it? What am I excited about?
Excited or encouraged about?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm excited about. The next chapters. I mean, we'll have a sophomore too, and that's exciting. And the stuff that comes with getting older in high school for Alden and getting closer to driving. Mm-hmm. And second grade, man. Big stuff.
It's crazy. It was not very long ago that we came to Greenville with our little 1-year-old.
Yep.
And here we are sending her off to school. I am not ready. Any parting words for the throngs of...
Oh, yeah. My mom and kids who are watching. I think, my story is insignificant, really. However, I think a lot of people feel that way about their own story. Mm. And what I would say is God gives us a unique time and unique gifts to use to talk about him. And whatever that is for whoever you are, use it. Because we don't have tomorrow necessarily. And whether it's a time of hardship or a time of great joy, God's trying to teach us something. So keep your nose in the Word. Keep your heart connected to good friends who also love him.
You're very motivated by we don't always know about tomorrow. We don't know we have tomorrow. That's a theme you come back to often.
True.
Why is that such a motivation for you?
I don't want to wait to do what's important. Because I don't want to miss people or times I could have done something else.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Here you go.
Thanks for joining us for Coffee Convos. Coffee Convos. And marriage. And kids. And church and ministry.
Yeah.
And that's a wrap.